Good morning. How are you? Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Did you watch the Super Bowl? I didn't. I didn't even watch for the commercials or for the halftime show. I just couldn't be bothered. I don't know. My Packers weren't in it. So, I mean, first is my Packers, and if they don't get in it and then the Broncos don't get in it, I'm out. So just wondering if you did anything to celebrate, and if you did, I hope you were safe. I just kind of hung in, nothing major to report over here. It's going to be another beautiful day here in Denver. How you feeling? How's your energy? Hi, Pat. How you doing today? I'm just going to start with some circles just to start getting the blood flowing into those shoulders. As long as I'm just sitting here, right? You might as well make the most of it. Do sit up nice and tall and use your breath. Hi, Jenny. How are ya? Hi, Ildy. I didn't even watch it, Ildy. Were you rooting for a specific team? Okay, we're gonna reverse. Whew. There's nothing like, I'm telling you, these arm circles to start, getting that blood pumping into those shoulders. Hi, Pat. How are you doing today? Hi, Daresha. So I'm gonna do mostly on the board today, but I do want you to bring your chair over to the back of the board and have your longer bands handy. Just shake those out. Oh my goodness. Let's get it rocking and rolling. All right, so I'm just gonna launch in. Barney's upstairs. I don't know what the heck he's doing. He's just kind of laying low. I don't know. All right, so first we're just gonna start with hip circles. So you can just put your hands on top of the poles, stabilize that board center, and then just start circling that knee out. And if you want to lift your leg completely, you can do that, but you don't have to. So if you have a limited range of motion, the main thing is that we don't alter our body position, okay? So you're keeping that standing leg bent. Those hips remain facing forward. And you are using your breath, relaxing those shoulders. And just starting to send some of that breath into the hip. And we're gonna do 4 more on this side. Last 2 here. And then we're gonna switch. So again, you can keep that foot on the floor, or if you like, pick up the leg. But you do wanna keep that board center. I hope you woke up feeling energized. I hope you had a great night's sleep. Today, I think the focus is on joint stability. As we know, working with the 60 up builds strength, especially in our lower body and our core, which all lead to better joint stability, less risk of injury. That's why it's just so great that you're just showing up and doing the best you can. We're gonna do 1 more here, and then we're just gonna kick it out a little bit. Just loosen it up a little bit. And now we're gonna warm up our low back, so we're gonna do that cat-cow drill. So you're gonna step back, knees are bent, push your hips back, and come to that flat back position. Now you're gonna inhale, look up, exhale, round your back, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, and you know, you can take this drill at your own pace, but do use your breath for this flow. Inhale, arch. Exhale, draw those abdominals in tight. Inhale, arch. And exhale. So important to really have a strong back, to do these necessary drills, to warm up our backs properly, build strength and endurance, so we have that stability that we need for our core. And we're going to do one more of these. And then step it all the way to the back of the board and go into your calf raises. Let's start warming up those ankles and those calf muscles. Come all the way up into the balls of those feet. And keep that going. Exhale up. And if you want to take your hands off, go for it. See how you're doing with your balance here. And sometimes it helps also just to put your hands in front to help with that counterbalance. So you always have the poles if you need them. Exhale up. We're going to do 4 more. 1 and 2. 3, last one. Let's hold it at the top. Hold. And then if you feel good, take one hand off. If you're stable, take the other hand off. And release. Drop those heels. Open the knees and just go into your hamstring curls. Let's start warming up your hamstrings. As always, you know, before we launch in, it's just so important because we utilize those lower body muscles so much to properly warm them up. That's going to prevent, of course, injury, but also that extra stiffness and soreness that, you know, who wants it, right? Not me. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now side to side, let's start warming up our abductors. You can speed it up or slow it down. It's up to you. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now bring it center, step it out, release those hands, arms out to the side. Now we're going to do toe touches, so drop those heels. Then if you can only come to here, that's okay. If you can get that leg all the way up, this is a great drill, not only for your hips, but really for your inner thighs as well. And it's going to warm up your shoulders. So use that breath. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that's it, and march it out. If you don't want to march, you can always just do that step in place. Let's open up our backs now, so big arm circles back. Sweep it. Use your breath. For 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here, and march it out. How are you feeling? Are you ready to get this workout started? So if you need to get a quick drink of water, please do, and then we're gonna launch in, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the chair and place it behind the board. I want you to put your hands on the poles, and you're gonna sit down. Now make sure you're in proper alignment. So those feet are pushing up against the back of the board, right? And you wanna make sure you're in position where the knees are over your ankles. So adjust the space between the chair and the board accordingly, okay? And then what we're gonna do is just stand up and sit. So as you know, this is the greatest warm-up drill, or exercise I should say, for your thighs. I do want you to think about engaging that core. Use your breath to stand up. And if you want to try to take your hands off the poles and just use the strength of your thighs to push you up and sit. You're keeping that spine straight. Don't forget, your chest is lifted. And you can slow this way down. You don't have to go fast. There's no rush. There's no race here. I'm really engaging my core though, pulling my abs in tight, using the breath. And we're gonna do 2 more of these. And last one. Now we are gonna stay standing. Now what we're gonna do is step up behind the two, drop the board, step down, and sit. Step up, step behind the two, step down, and sit. Again, step up behind the two, step down, and sit. So we're gonna keep that going, and you really wanna try to keep that board center here. Step up, down, sit. So now we are working those proprioceptors, starting to work that inner focus, that brain-body connection. That's super important to really help with our reaction time. God forbid we take a stumble or a fall. So place, step, sit. Up, place, down, sit. We're gonna do 2 more of those. How are you doing? Last one here. And now bring it up, step behind the 2, and then just rock side to side. Rock it out, drop those shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're gonna find that center balance. So tuck that pelvis under, engage the core, and use your breath. One more slow, healing breath here. Then push your hips back. And then when you're ready, go into your squat. You can do a partial or a full. And we're just gonna do 8 reps here. This is 3, 4. Think about pushing all that weight into your feet, especially the heels of your feet. And really just a tiny little squeeze at the top here. Did I go over 8? We're doing 2 more. Sorry. And now we are going to hold it at the bottom. Hold, lift your chest, use your breath. Are you keeping that board center? And then grip with your glutes, grip with your glutes, grip with your glutes, squeeze, and then side to side, rock it out. And then if you want to, you can do that. Tap the calf to release your lower body. Give those muscles a break. Relax those shoulders. Lighten that grip. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Then drop the board, step down, and down. Now we're going to move that chair out of the way for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to come to the side of the board. Get a drink of water if you need to. Always feel free. I feel like since I moved to Denver, I drink like gallons of water. Seriously, gallons. So you're going to drop that board. You're going to step up with your left foot, grab the front pole, lift your knee, step down, drop the board, lift the knee, step down, and turn it around. Step up, grab the front pole, lift your knee, step forward, drop the board, lift your knee, step down, and turn it around. Okay, we're going to keep that going, and you're going to go at your own pace here, okay? Just think about that placement. Engage your core. How are you doing? Oops. Step, lift, turn it around. Step, lift, turn it around. This is forcing you to be fully present. It's that brain connection, brain-body connection, so important. To prevent those falls. We're going to do one more each way. So I am staying tall here. Now what we're going to do is the same thing, only we're going to do a leg curl. So step up, leg curl, step forward, leg curl, step down, and down. Step up, leg curl, step forward, leg curl, step down. You got that? Picking that focal point, drop that board, and focus on those hamstrings. We're going to do one more each way. Okay, last one here, and then we're going to hold for repeaters. So hold here and repeat, repeat. Now that standing leg is bent. If you're feeling really confident and feeling stable, you can try to take your hand off. But first pick that focal point, abs in tight, use your breath, use those arms to counterbalance, and exhale up. You don't have to take your hands off. This is just challenging you a little bit. 3, 2, now hold it at the top. My leg is shaking, and then release it down and down. How did you do with that? Step, curl, step, hold, and repeat. Abs in tight. Again, if you're feeling stable, pick that focal point. Pull your abs in, and then give it a try. If you lose your balance, just grab that pole. Think about pushing that foot into the board. Helps to stabilize you. Use your breath. For 4, 3, 2, and hold it at the top, and step it down, and then come to the side. How did you do with that? Just walk it out a little bit. Just release those legs, and then we're just gonna do a nice little kick. Kick it out. Release. Release those hips. For 4, and kick it. 3, and 2, and 1, and then stabilize. Okay, now we are gonna do a side walk, working those abductors. So we're gonna step up to that middle line, grab the pole, step together, step down, step together, step down, and down. Step up to that middle line, step together, step side, step together, step down. Step up to that middle line, press center, down, and down. Now you can go at your own pace here. Drop that board. And if you don't want to step up to the center line, if that's too big of a reach, then first step up to behind the number 2, and then go to the other side. It's up to you. Just do what feels comfortable for you. Step up, press up, step down, feet together, step down and down. So step up, if you can, to that middle line, push up, step to the edge of the board, down and down. Step up to that middle line, press up. Again, modifier, step up behind the 2, up, 2, up, down. 2, up, 2, down. It's up to you. This one just works your abductor a little bit more. But what we're doing here, again, is we're really working that brain-body connection. Because you really have to think about this, don't you? Oops, drop. Okay, one more each side. Step up, step to the edge of the board, down and down. Step up, press up, step down. Now we're gonna hold it here and just go into those repeaters. Keep that standing leg bent, lift. Remember, it does not matter how high the leg goes. If you can only go to here, that's okay. It's keeping those hips forward so you're in proper alignment. If you shift, that's messing with your center of gravity, isn't it? So stay upright and only go to your natural range of motion. And then if you feel good, hold it up, take one hand off, and then try the other. This is more of a challenge. Engage that core. That's it for me. Release that leg. Step down and down. Okay, now step back to the center. Press up. Step down. Keep those feet together. lift. Lead with the heel of that foot. Drop those shoulders. Use your breath. How are you doing? Are you ready to hold it up there? Are you ready to test your balance? Use your breath. This is really super challenging for me. The left leg's just not as strong and stable. Release, step down and down. Good, now we're coming back behind the board. We're gonna step it out. We're gonna release those arms, circle them forward. How did you do with that? I'd love to hear. Just shoot me a message. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, now what we're gonna do is a reverse lunge. So first, what we're gonna do is step behind the number 1, and you're gonna bring that leg way back behind you. So you wanna give yourself enough room in between both legs to do a vertical drop and then back up. So it's actually a stationary lunge, but you're listening to your knees here. Keep the chest up. Try to keep that board center. And if you need to put your foot more on the middle line, that's probably better for the stationary lunge. Lift your chest. Make sure that knee isn't pressing forward. And just use your breath here. And again, listening to those knees. If this is bothering your knees, then the modifier is simply pull up, step down, pull up, step down. Okay? You can do this instead. Or simply just get up on the board and find your center balance. Otherwise, let's get 4 more of these. This is really, really building strength and endurance in your lower body for that joint stability we need. I think I did more, but let's just do 1 more. And now we are gonna pull it up. And we are gonna keep that center balance here. Engage that core if you wanna extend your leg. So you wanna kind of try to keep that knee up hip level. And we're gonna extend, extend. Drop the shoulders, exhale. For 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good, now step it down, step it down. March it here. Release it out. Whew. That's always a challenge, you know? Those stationary lunges, reverse lunges, always challenging for this girl. That's why I'm always saying, if you feel any pain in your knees, please, 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 don't force that. There's always a modifier you can do. That is something you want to work your way into if you have a knee limitation, okay? And even if this bothers your feet, then you just go into the step. Press, press. So, you know, this is about doing the best you can do at your own pace, always. I like to do this just to get my heart rate up a little bit, get those muscles nice and warmed up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stabilize. Are you ready to do the other leg? Okay, step up to that middle line. Get that board center. Step back as far as you can. Now do make sure both toes are pointing straight ahead. It's that proper alignment. Lift your chest. So it's that vertical drop. So in other words, I'm not pushing forward because then all the stress is on my knees. That's why you got to give yourself enough room in between those legs so you can do that vertical drop. So you want to feel all the attention right here is on those glutes and those quadriceps, right? So again, the modifier would be pull up, step down, pull up, step down, or just step onto the board and work on finding your center balance. Otherwise, once again, we're gonna do 4 more. Drop down. Use the breath. I'm up on the ball of my foot on that back leg. And last one, and now we are gonna pull it up, and we're gonna hold. Find that center. Keep that standing leg bent. Flex your foot. Extend. Use your breath. How are you doing? 2 more times here. Then step it back, step it down, march it out. Okay, I do want you to get a quick drink of water, and I want you to grab your longer bands, and we're gonna put them in the front slots, okay? Okay, here we go. First, move those poles into the center. And then take your band, take the loop. Feed it through the slot. Take the handle, feed it through the loop. And then cinch up and anchor it. Okay. Are you getting better at this, by the way? I feel like I'm getting a little better at it. Always paying attention to your body position, okay? See how my back is upright? I'm not hunched over like this. Always being aware through everything, by the way. If you're driving in the car and you've got groceries in the back seat, you know, just be mindful of when you're in the car, you're not ever reaching behind you like this to pull anything, are you? You're swinging your legs to the side to get out of the car, right? And to get the bags out. You know, if it's a vertical drop, to pick the bags up. It's never a bend over and pick the bags up. Paying attention, being mindful. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is grab more water. Oh my goodness. We're gonna give our lower body just a wee break here. So what we're gonna do is step behind the 2 and the 2. Now watch out for those bands because these are a little longer, so make sure they're not in your way, okay? So you might have to scoot up the handle a little bit. Get them away from you. And then rock it out. Just rock it out. And then when you're ready, find that center, engage your core. Tuck that pelvis under, knees are bent. And when you're steady, unhook the right, cross it in front of you. And then you're gonna bring it out to the side into that external rotation. Exhale. So look, That arm does not come behind your back. So I want you to actually look where it's landing. Is it landing directly to the side of your shoulder? This exercise is so important to work those rotator cuffs. You know, those are such weak muscle groups, so it's also working the posterior deltoid, the rhomboids, all those postural muscles that we have to train. You know, we can't ignore them. Exhale up. This is definitely a weak area for me. I mean, I feel this so much. How about you? That's it for me. Anchor away, rock it out, and then I just want you to release, rock, release, rock, release, rock it out, release. Keep that center. In other words, you're always keeping those abdominals engaged. And then when you're ready, once again, let's find that center. Let's do it. How fast can you find it? Tuck that pelvis under. Drop those shoulders. Retract that chin inward. And then unhook, cross it over. Here we go. Exhale up. Take your time. Definitely do not force this exercise, okay? Listening to your body. Use your breath. How are you doing? This side's even weaker. And we're going to do just one more here. And then anchor away. Rock side to side. Soften those knees. Then release. 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 Takes coordination, doesn't it? At least I don't have you rubbing your belly and rubbing the top of your head while doing this. Isn't that the drill? One more each side. And then when you're ready, again, find that center. I'm kind of squeezing my glutes too. And then when you're feeling good, we're going to go into a shoulder press. So drop that elbow straight down. Don't arch your back. Exhale up. You do not have to fully extend the arm here. In fact, I don't want you to. Use your breath. Exhale up. If you want to try to take the other hand off and check your stability here and give yourself an extra bonus challenge, only if you're feeling confident, only if you're feeling stable. Two more times here. And then let's anchor it. Rock it out. Now let's step and touch. Step, touch, step. Always like to give those muscles a break in your lower body. It's a nice release here. You can step wider if you like. It's up to you. We're going to do 4 more. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then find that center balance. Here we go. Tuck that pelvis under. Drop those shoulders. And when you're feeling good, let's go for it. Drop that elbow straight down. Retract that chin inward. Here we go. Exhale up. How are you doing? I'm going to try to take that hand off. Focus on keeping my chin retracted in, keeping a neutral spine. I'm trying like crazy to keep my center balance. Woo! Challenging. One more time. My goodness. And anchor away. Make sure that band stays away. Step, tap, step, tap. And then just step, touch, touch. So you're stepping the feet together. Focusing a little bit more again on those outer thighs. And now we're going to do a step and lift. Step, lift, shift and lift. Look, keep those hips forward. Again, it doesn't matter how high that leg goes. Lead with the heel of that foot. Think about the outside of your thigh, that abductor. Use your breath. So great to build such a strong foundation in your lower body. Keep your knees soft here, strengthening our ankles as well. Use your breath. How are you doing? You feeling it? 4, lift, 3, ouch, 2, ouch, 1, whew, step, touch it out, step, touch it out. You can lift the leg if you like. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Let's find that center. Step behind the 2 and 2. Tuck that pelvis under. Drop those shoulders. Engage that core. And then when you're ready, feeling stable, front, side, down. Front, side, relax. Front, side, relax. Listen to your body. Then hold here, circle, hold. Retract that chin inward. Circle, hold. Circle, hold. How are you doing? 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now take it with the other hand, bring it to the side, side. Okay, stabilize, stabilize. If you have to take a break, take a break. Are you able to maintain that center? We're going to do 2 more of these. Woo. And anchor away, rock side to side, release, release, release. Just let that shoulder relax. Shift that hip back and forth. Keep those knees nice and soft. It's a shoulder workout today, and joint stability, that's the focus. One more each side, and then let's find that center. Here we go. You feeling good? Let's take it off. Front, side, relax. Front, side, relax. Front, side, relax. Exhale up. Just shoulder height with this. Now staying front. Here we go. Front, circle, hold. Circle, hold. Keep that center. Circle, hold. Circle, hold. Are you doing it? Don't force anything. One more here. Then grab it with the other hand. Side and front. Just to the side. Keep that palm down. Keep that pelvis tucked under. Think about your pressure points in your feet. Now, if you just want to focus on the upper body here and you don't want to try to focus on that middle balance, that's okay. If you want to just focus on the middle, finding that center, then release the band. 2 more times here. And anchor away. Side to side, step, touch, step, touch. How did you do? Now we're gonna release that arm forward. Release, release. You can just do the step, touch. Release, I don't want you to fall off the board. Just do what feels good. And then just step, lift, release the lower body. For 4, 3, kick your butt, 2, and 1. Good, now we're gonna find that center. I do want you to point the toes out. Bring them more to the outside of the board so you're in that partial plie stance. Now you can just simply hold here, trying to find that center. Or if you want to challenge yourself and come down a little deeper, if you do that, make sure those knees are tracking over the toe line. Drop your shoulders. Stay nice and tall, lift your chest, use your breath. Holding this, really working those inner thighs. And now if you want to go into a plie, squeeze up into your glutes. The challenge here, of course, is trying to find that center balance. And squeeze your tush at the top. Press, push, squeeze. Press, push, squeeze it out. Then hold it down again. Push those knees back. If you feel good, take one hand off. If you're feeling super confident, challenge yourself, breathe. Are you with me? It's okay if you can't. Press it up, squeeze the tush. Woo! Bring your toes forward, step, touch, release, release. Now look, we're gonna step to the side and we're gonna hold it here to the side of the board. We're gonna take that heel to the front of the bottom foot. We're gonna angle the toes out. Keeping those hips forward, we're just gonna do an inner thigh kick. So I'm showing you this because if ever I'm doing a plie in this class and you don't feel confident, like it's really bothering your knees, you're feeling frustrated, then I want you to just go into this inner thigh kick. And look, if this is too hard for you, you can simply stand on the floor and go into your inner thigh kick. So we're still working your inner thigh muscles, so you're not gonna miss out on anything, but you're not gonna be stressing the knees if you have an issue, okay? So yeah, I'm sure you can feel this, right? And again, if this is too hard, then you just step it down. Bring that heel to the front of that bottom foot and kick it out. So remember, there is always a modifier, okay? No need to force anything here. One more time. Woo! See, I feel like those really work the inner thigh, and now I'm just kind of working it out a little bit. Whew, just pull that knee up, and you can slow this way down if you like. Just work it out a little bit. Whew. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And we're gonna do the other side with those kicks. So again, option is step up behind the 2, keep that knee bent. Bring the heel to the front of that foot so the knee is pointed out. Kick it out. Standing leg stays bent. So it's all about the inner thigh here. Drop those shoulders. Exhale as you kick. Barney's making all kinds of weird noises today. I'm not sure what's up with him. Kick it. And it doesn't matter how high. You're still going to be working those inner thighs. Just keep those hips facing forward, okay? You can also use the chair on the floor and just put your hands on top of the chair. Woo! 2 more. It's burning. Yikes, then step it down, step it down. Let's march it out. Release those legs. Barney, what are you doing? Okay, let's go back into those toe touches for a nice inner thigh release. So bring the arms out to the sides. You can go slow, you can go fast. They feel worked. So important. That's why it's so important we do our cool down and we do our stretch to reduce some of that stiffness in the muscles and in the joints, right? For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Now kick your butt. Release. Release. How did you do today? Just gonna go into a nice easy cool down here. And now we're gonna do our side step. Can you hear him? Hey Barney, what are you doing? He didn't make an appearance today whatsoever. And now we're just gonna go into that nice step in place. Push the heel down. Then release those arms. You know this is my favorite. Just does the job, you know? Are you able to get a full circle here? For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, now what we're going to do is bring our foot all the way to the back of that board, toe up, heel down. Try to keep that board center, press into that stretch. Really feel that in your calf muscles and breathe. So remember, you're taking that slow breath in through the nose, holding the breath for at least 4 counts, then exhaling slowly through the mouth for 8 counts. So when you inhale, you're visualizing that breath coming into your calf muscles. You hold the breath. When you slowly exhale, you're visualizing the muscles relaxing and releasing and letting go. Okay, so we're not holding on to that tightness, and we're definitely not forcing the stretch. Be patient with your stretches. Enjoy your stretches. It's a way to really practice that self-care, that self-love. And then release. Everything is equally as important. You know, I was interviewed the other day, and one of the questions they asked me was, you know, so many people just want to focus on one area of fitness. For instance, like either they just want to run, or they just want to strength train, or they just want to do yoga. And it really is important to do all components, isn't it? Because we have to do the cardiovascular exercise to strengthen our heart and our lungs, to reduce stress and anxiety. We have to do the strength training, the resistance training, to strengthen our muscles and our bones, to prevent osteoporosis, arthritis, all kinds of issues, right? And then we have to do flexibility to prevent injury, to reduce stiffness and soreness. And then of course we have to practice balance and agility and stability, especially as we age, to prevent those nasty falls and to really promote that mind-body connection. So there you have it, you know. And I know it sounds like, gosh, you know, it's like so much. How am I gonna jam all that in? Well, guess what? We did. We just put it all together in this workout. So you've done it all. Isn't that great? Okay, we're gonna do our low back stretch. Hinge from the waist, come to that flat back position. And then again, we're just focusing on that breath. So when you inhale, think about your belly expanding. And when you exhale, draw the belly in. And then very slowly bringing it up, stepping it forward. Let's stretch out our hamstrings, bring that heel down, toe up. Push your hips back. Make sure the toes are pointing straight ahead. And just, again, breathing into the hamstrings. And then release out of that. And we're going to switch. Push your hips back, hinge forward. Send that healing light in with your breath in. And as you exhale, if you can sink a little deeper into that stretch. And slowly bringing it back up and kick it out a little bit. If you have your towel handy, that's great. You don't have to. And then just bring your arms up for a nice lat stretch. Tuck that pelvis under and just breathe. There you are. Where you been, Barney? What you been doing? It was so cold this morning when we first went out there. I think it was 15 degrees. Whew, that gets your blood pumping. That wakes you up. And then release those arms. And just roll the shoulders up and back. Work it out. And let's stretch out our quadriceps because we have to. Okay, so you can come to the side of the board or behind the board, but do bring that knee up first. And then if you can grab that ankle, glue those knees together on the same level. Push the hips forward. That standing leg is bent. And breathe. One more slow, healing breath. And then release, and we're gonna switch. Bring the knee up, grab that ankle, knees together, press those hips forward. And then release and just kick it out a little bit. What's up? What's up, big boy? Okay, let's stretch out our shoulders. Inhale here. And then release, just let it go. Let all that tension go. Gladly, right? And then switch. And release. How did you do today? I'm going to come on over, get a quick drink of water. And check in with you guys. Hope you did okay today. Hi, Denise. Hi, George. Hi, Wyman. Did you guys do the workout? Hi, Molly Ann. Ready to start when I got here. I'm glad it was a good workout for you, Molly Ann. Always, it's good that you have challenges, right? It's something to work into. But again, you know, never forcing. You know, I have to constantly remind you guys, we're all at a different level. You know, and listen, if I could see you, if I was in a class and I could see you, believe me, I'd be driving you crazy probably, because you know, I'm a stickler about form. You know, because whenever I taught my classes, I would go around and, you know, pick on everybody, but it's because I care, you know. So I wish I could see you. And I think with Kathy and Dan and I, that's why we're always even more concerned about thorough, proper cueing, because we're not there, because we can't see you, okay? All right, Darisha. Woohoo! I'm so glad I had 14 participants. Isn't that great? You know, this group has really grown since I started, because I think when I started, I think back in October we had, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we had like 800 plus members. And I think we have like 1,800 members now. So that's great. Stretching out those hips. Taking your time, using your breath. So just as an FYI, if I ever am wearing my hat, it's because I didn't get around to washing my hair in the morning, and it's just a little too greasy. So I know you ladies can understand. Release that leg. Let's kick it on out. Okay, my favorite stretch of all. Interlock your fingers behind your head. Push your head into your hands. Press those elbows back and just hang here for 3 slow cleansing and healing breaths. Work on filling those lungs with your breath. And then release and roll those shoulders. So are you going to be able to get outside today and go for a nice brisk walk? I'm definitely going to do that right after this, because it's supposed to get up to 55 today. And then we're going to take a nosedive, I think, for the rest of the week. It's going to be like chillier. So I'm taking advantage. Are you going to take advantage? Now, if you live in Wisconsin and it's 30 below zero, I don't think so. I know you're gonna come up to say goodbye. All right, guys, well, as always, thanks for joining me in my class. It means a lot to me and Barney. And please let me know how you're doing. If I was unable to address, it's because I can only see a few comments at a time. But I'll go back in. If you have any questions, any concerns, don't hesitate to let me know, all right? So have a beautiful day, and I will see you on Friday. Bye, everybody.